Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Thea George and I'm here with Jouk Pleiter from Backbase. We're at Sibos 2017 in Toronto and we're talking about omni-channel banking. Jouk, thank you for joining me.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me, why is it important for banks to have omni-channel digital strategies?
The major problem you see, especially here with the business and the corporate banks, that their landscape is very siloed. You've got a lot of different back-end systems, but also even in the channel you see a wide variety of different touch points that are all kind of siloed and isolated. And in order to kind of create a seamless customer experience, like you have, for instance, in the consumer market, now it's very important in the business and corporate banking world to kind of unify the customer experience. Customers don't care about the back end, they don't care about silos, they basically care about doing something real quick and real fast. And that's kind of where Backbase comes in. We basically help banks to leverage their existing IT landscape, but on top of that we give them a unified omni-channel banking layer that can take the right information and the right functionality from these siloed systems and integrate it into a seamless customer journey.
So you've mentioned seamless and consistency a couple of times. How well are corporate banks currently doing in delivering that consistency across multiple channels?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I think many of the digital properties in most corporate banks are already a decade old. They are literally very outdated. Maybe they're feature rich, but they're siloed. So you also see multiple logins where, especially in business banking and corporate banking, you have high value customers. We're basically forcing them to log in multiple times into different sub-portals to actually do business with the bank. So it's really about time to change. And what is really nice, especially this year, Sibos, that more and more corporate bank executives are becoming aware how important it is to renovate and revitalize their digital channels.
So you mentioned the legacy challenge earlier on. For banks with legacy systems, with siloed legacy systems, siloed organizations, what is the kind of strategy to move away from that towards a more unified approach?
Yeah, I think it's quite simple actually. It starts with a concept called service design. And service design is all about you understand your end customers. You basically identify personas. And then for each of these personas, what is the job they need to be do? Like a treasury, a CFO, a payment clerk, an FX person. What are the key jobs they need to do? And from the moment you really start to think about these personas and the work they need to do, you can start to do the prototyping and you can do the overall service design. And from there you create the screens, and then from there in the screens you kind of integrate it into the back end. This whole process is labeled as the outside-in approach. It starts with the end user, you start on the glass, you optimize a seamless customer journey, and then you kind of connect it to the various back-end systems inside the bank.
Make it sound very simple indeed.
It's some work, but it's definitely doable.
So assuming banks do this, what are the benefits for their customers and what are the benefits for the banks of achieving this unified approach?
I think the benefit for the end customer is they're going to save a lot of time. I think we have concepts right now like 60-second onboarding. So where typically onboarding in the classic world with paper, you have to visit the branch, it could take days before a customer can onboard. With technology like Backbase, we can help people to kind of onboard in minutes. So for the customer that's great because they can get what they want real quick, real fast. Just like you can do it with an Amazon or a Netflix, etc. So for the end customer, I think it's convenience and speed. For the bank, I think it's a couple of things. One, they can digitize their most important processes completely. With one of the banks, we kind of help them to digitize their key interaction processes with their end customers, and we're able to help them to eliminate 800 FTEs. So there was a lot of people actually doing a lot of labor work, moving paper, and all of that was possible to basically, with digital, to automate. So I think it's a lot of cost saving and process inefficiencies. The second part is that if you have these customer interactions more digital, you can track the behavior of the end customer and you can do better cross and upsell directly within these digital touch points. And you can do it all in a digital way. And if customers, so the cross and upsell also will happen with just a few clicks. So you've got a better way to expand your share of wallet with a particular end customer. So it's both cost saving and increasing the top line.
Jouk, this has been great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching.